Good morning all. I am Mr. Brown, the greatest physicist of all kind. Okay, I'm still here to help out based on this current WAEC, even GCE and even JAMB. You understand? Most students don't normally understand what resultant of more than two vectors are. Because why? They were feeling that it's somehow complex, but it's very easy. So I'm here to help out to solve it in such a way that it will be very easy for them to approach. So before I approach what's on the board, the problem on the board, it is very simple. Follow me on my YouTube channel by subscribing on the what? Red button. You see a red button, you just click on that red button to subscribe. Why are you doing that? It's very simple. So that you should be following my what? My updates. Every blessed day I'm dropping problems, solved problem on physics and what? Maths. So follow me on my YouTube channel by what? Mr. Wise 1. Don't forget to click on the red button. Thank you so much. So I have a problem with me here on the resultant of more than two what? Vectors. So as you can see, four forces act as shown below. See, calculate the resultant. So this is the four forces. So this is a simple diagram for what? Resultant of what? More than two what? Vectors. So how am I going to approach this problem? I will use vertical component and horizontal what? Component to approach this what? Problem. So solution. The first thing I need to do on this is that I need to introduce this. Look at this. I need to introduce this. If you know this, that's hint number one. You can be able to solve problem on resultant of what? More than two vectors. The first thing you need to know, this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant, everything here is positive. Sine is positive, cos is positive, tan is what? Positive. And in second quadrant, sine is what? Positive, cos is negative, that's cos is negative, and tan is also what? Negative. In third quadrant, okay? In third quadrant, sine is negative, cos is negative, and tan is what? Positive. And in fourth quadrant, sine is negative, cos is positive, and tan is also what? Negative. So once you know this, you can be able to approach this simple what? Problem on the board. Okay, let's proceed. So I want to start by resolving it on the what? Vertical what? Component. And the vertical component is what? Y. So I'm using Y. So Y is equals to, so the first force here is what? F1, use as F1. F1 in vertical components is what? Sine, we're using sine. So F1 sine θ1, that's the first one. I'm in second quadrant now. Second quadrant also sine is positive. So I'll use plus F2 sine what? θ2. There's no, if you check, there's no third quadrant here. There's no third quadrant here. So I'll move to the what? Fourth quadrant. And on the fourth quadrant, we have two forces there. So watch, third quadrant, that's fourth quadrant now. There is no what? No third quadrant. On the fourth quadrant, which what? Cos is what? Cos is positive, but I'm using sine. So sine is negative on the what? Fourth quadrant. So the first one is what? Minus F4, isn't it? Sine theta what? 4. The same minus, same F4, we'll have two F4 there because it's on fourth what? Quadrant. F4 sine what? Theta what? 4. Okay, hint number 2. As far as this force is resting on this, right? I'm using angle what? 90. That's the second hint. As far as this force is resting here, I'm using angle what? 90. If any force is resting here, I'm using what? 0 degree. The angle there is 0. The same thing here. If force is here, I'm using what? 90 degree. If force is here, I'm using what? 90 degree. So let's proceed. My y is equals to my f1 is what? 10. 10 sine. My θ1 is what? 40 sine 40 plus my f2 my F, I've made a mistake. My theta there is not 40, it's 30. Plus, my F2 is what? 12 sine. My theta there is what? 40. Minus my F4, which is this, is 9 sine what? 90. Minus my F4 as well is what? 15 sine 60. Okay, so let me get my calculator. With the help of my calculator, let me bring out what's on the board. So my y is equals to, what is my sine 30? Sine 30. Sine 30 is 0.5 times 10. I'll have my what? 5. So plus sine 40 is what? Sine 40 is what? 0.6427 times 12. I'll have my 7.713 minus my sine 90 is what? 1. So here is what? 9. 1 times 9 is 9. So minus my sine 60 is what? Sine 60 is 0.866 times 15. I'll have my minus what? 12.990. Okay, let's proceed. My y is equals to, I'm going to just add everything together. I have my 5 plus 7.713 minus 9 minus 12.990. What did I get? Minus 9.277. Okay, so this is my what? My vertical what? Component. Let me move to my horizontal component. My horizontal component is what? X. And in that part, I'm using cos. So I'm still going to follow the rule on the board. So I'll have my what? F1 cos theta 1, right? Because everything here is positive. Come to the second quadrant, cos is negative. So minus F2 cos theta 2, right? There is no third quadrant. The fourth quadrant, cos is what? Positive. So I have my plus F4 cos theta plus F4 cos theta 4. Am I communicating? So X is equals to, my F1 is what? 10 cos what? 30 minus my F2 is what? 12 cos what? 40. My F4 is what? 9 cos what? 90 plus my same F4 is what? 15 cos what? 60. So the same thing applicable to what I did here, I'm going to do it here right now. So I'm going to use my calculator to get my answer on this. So my cos 30 is what? 0.866 times 10. What will I get? I'll get 8.66 minus cos 40 is what? Cos 40 is 0.766 times 12. I'll have my what? 9.193 plus my cos 90 is 0. So everything here is what? 0. 9 times 0 is what? 0. Plus my cos 60 is what? Cos 60 is 0.5 times 15 is equal, is that 7.5. So I'm going to sum everything together. Is that what I'm going to do now? So I have 8.66 minus 9.193 plus 7.5. So I have my what? 6.967. 6.967. So remember, I'm looking for my what? Resultant. So I have my what? R squared equals to what? X squared plus what? Y squared. So this is what? This is Pythagorean what? Theorem. So my R squared is equals to, my X squared is what? 6.967 all what? Square plus my Y squared. You know, my Y squared is negative, but in square negative sign is not this one. My 9.277. Even though I put negative sign to cancel it, so my r square is equals to, I'll square this 6.967 square. I'll have my 48.54 plus 9.277 square. I'll have my 86.063. So my r square is equal to, I'll sum them together, plus 48 plus 54. I'll have my 134.6. So my r is equal to my square root of 134.6. My r is equal to square root of my answer. I'll have my 11.6. So that's it. As you can see, I'm done with this simple what? Calculation on the board. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me up on my YouTube channel and then my humble self, Mr. Brown.